Good evening, YMCA family. How are you all today? I'm Jennifer, and I am here for some yoga, and so are you, right? So we are going to do a little stretching, a little breathing, a little decompression, and then you will be ready for the evening ahead. And then if you need some more decompression tomorrow, come on back either right here, or I will be at the Y tomorrow night at 6 o'clock to hopefully see you in person. That would be really great. So the Y, of course, is having classes actually at the Y, but you do need a reservation. So go make your reservation in the YMCA app. And if you need any help with that at all, getting that onto your phone or figuring out how to use it, just give the Y a call, and they are more than happy to help you out. So I can't wait to see you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, right? All right, so here we are in our space, mat, some kind of strap or band to stretch your hammies with. You know we're going to do that. And I think we're going to spend a little bit of time really working on those glutes today, right? Again, during this odd time period, we've all been doing a lot of sitting, so I really want to make sure that we get into those glutes today. So we're thinking a little hero pose, a little modification for our through the hole pose, and we're going to get into those hind parts today. So loosen those guys up, and then maybe you can pay attention to your hips as well. So that's on the agenda. All right, we're all set, right? Phase 3, starting July 1st. Look for some more changes coming to the Y very soon. All right, here we are in your space, on your mat. Let's go ahead and just start with a little side-to-side rock. So move those hips around a little bit. Move those little fleshy bits out from underneath your hind parts and bring those hips right into contact with that mat. And let's just rest your hands here on your knees. So we will find your focus, right? Close your eyes for just a bit, come inward, and let's breathe. So important. As you come inward, it's time to tune out all that went on today throughout your day. So if there's anything stressful or weird or awkward, let's simply exhale that. Let that worry go. It does not need to be your concern for our hour here together. Breathe in energy, length to that spinal column, and light. And exhale any stress, any oddness that your body doesn't need. So deep, full breath in. Complete and full breath out. So let's let that breath continue through the body as we start to move and stretch. Lifting up tall. Let's go ahead and just dip an ear over to a shoulder so we can lengthen out through that side of the neck. And if you'd like, go ahead and lower both hands to the floor as you dip that head over. Just a little dip. From here, we're going to roll your nose down towards your knee. So looking down towards that same knee. Go ahead here, slowly roll the chin to the chest. And then roll that opposite ear to that opposite shoulder. So there's that little dip. We get that stretch into the opposite side of the neck. Roll that nose, that chin down towards that same knee. And then again, roll that chin forward to the chest. Lovely. Lift that head up, right up to the top. And then extend that chin up to the sky. Once you get there, take your jaw. Let's go ahead and press your lower jaw forward out over the upper so we can get a nice stretch into the throat. Good. Come back to the center. Lift that head right back to the front. Take those hands round around behind you, interlace your fingers, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lift up, look up, squeeze, squeeze. Slide those hands forward to your knees, drop your chin to your chest, scoop, round down. Seated cat stretch. Go ahead and try to hinge back a bit. And then we will come on up to the top. Nice and tall, back up to the top. Let's go ahead and find that seated cat stretch one more time. So scoop and round. And as we come back, let's find our slumping swami. So we've hinged backward, and let's go ahead and rotate to the right. So you've still got that hinge. We've added rotation. And the other side. Beautiful. Back to the center. Lift up tall. Take that nice breath. Use those arms. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bend the elbows. Squeeze those elbows back. Go ahead and poke your rib cage forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, open the chest, look up, lift up. And one more time, reach. And exhale. Very nice. Scoop those arms out to the side. Pull that right arm across the body. Look over that right shoulder. Arms extend out, reach, reach. Pull that left arm over, look left. Scoop it out and lift up tall. From here, let's bend both elbows. Send both hands down to your back. Push both elbows up to the sky and lift your chin. Very nice. Let those elbows drop down. And then from here, palms to the sky. Push the elbows back. Let's keep that spine nice and straight. Try not to arch, but just a nice straight spine as those elbows just try to reach behind you. So automatically, as those elbows scooch back, but we keep that spine nice and straight, we can feel that chest open up, right? Lovely. Scoop those hands forward, reach out to the side once again, and then float those hands down beside you. Beautiful. Maybe roll those shoulders a bit. Loosen, loosen. Ah, feels nice. Good. And then wiggle it out. Beautiful. Scoop yourselves over, oblique stretch, reach. Let's go ahead today and windmill over. So windmill, second side. Windmill, first side. And second. And first. And second. Excellent obliques. Up we go to the top. So I've got my legs here in a nice cross-legged position. Make this work for you. But we're gonna go ahead and just walk those hands forward a bit. Drop your nose down towards the floor, round through your spine. So here's our first stretch into those hips and through that back. Walk it in, come on up to the top. So whichever leg you've got in front or on top here, let's just swap it up. And then same thing, walk those hands forward, drop it down. And in and up we go. So as you were forward there, hopefully you felt that nice stretch through your back, nice bit of roundness, and then a little bit of a stretch there into those hips, into those glutes. We're gonna find that again later, but let's loosen things up just a bit more. So let's go ahead and release. Bring those feet forward. And then we're gonna take both legs over here to the, I've got my legs on the left, and we found a nice mermaid position. So let's go ahead and rock out that hip, lift and lower. Again, working into that hip joint, thinking about those glutes today. Just a little movement, rolling that hip forward and then sending that glute down to the mat behind you here, right? And if it doesn't roll that far, if your range of movement is smaller, that's perfectly fine. You work your body. Good job. To the center. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a little rotation, a little spinal twist to the right, away from both of those legs. Looking behind you. Come on back to the center. Bring your hands here to your heart at namaste. Let's just give ourselves a little dip. So I'm gonna bend my right elbow here, and I'm gonna dip that right elbow down to that right thigh as I look up to the sky. And excellent. To the center, very nice. Take those legs over to the other side. So I've got my legs over here on the right. And again, we work that right hip now in that hip joint. Lifting and lowering. Gentle movement. Breathing. Float those hands to your heart, namaste. And then left elbow dips down to that left thigh. Push that right elbow up. Look up to the sky. Press up tall. Lovely. Untangle all those legs. Gonna rotate to the side here. And let's just maybe bring a little bit of space between those feet. And let's loosen up those hips a little bit more before we make our way out to hero. So just got a little windshield wiper situation happening here with those hips. A little flopping. A little rotating. Go ahead and bring those guys back here together. We're going to grab those thighs, lift up tall, and pick those feet up off the floor. So my new favorite exercise, take those legs, hug those legs in towards your body, just as much as you can, right? We can find our balance out here, but let's just give that torso a little hug with the thighs. Hug it in, and relax. Big, small movement, doesn't matter, but hug those legs in. And release. Very nice. Feet to that mat. Flop those knees open. Let's push those heels forward, forward, forward. Let that head drop down. Releasing and rounding up from our nice starfish pose. We'll go ahead and draw those legs in. So now, with those hips a little bit more loose, we're ready for hero pose. Modify as you need to. So I'm going to take my left knee, push that left knee forward towards you, take my right knee and stack it on top. So I've got a little knee sandwich here. My hands are here beside those feet, and I'm just going to roll my nose down. So as you drop down, try to wiggle both hips. Both hip bones should be connected to that mat. And we just round forward. Soften your shoulders, breathe at the bottom. Go ahead and scoop. Roll the top. And let's flip around to the other side. We'll have a little bit of fun with it, right? So I've got my right leg on top. I'm going to bring my hands over here to the left side of my body, tuck up my toes, press up, face the back, walk my hands over to the left, bend the knees, have a seat. I am perfectly positioned for the other hero pose, right? Left knee is on top, drop it forward, that nose, round down. Up we go to the top, right? So a little bit more looseness into those hips. Let's go ahead and untangle both legs. Lift up tall. Once again, check in with your posture. Ground those feet on the mat. Press your hips down into the floor, but reach the crown of the head up to the sky. So lift up tall. Feel that length all along your spinal column. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Once again, deep breath in. And full breath out. Good job. Down we go, onto your mat, right? You've got a band or a strap. Let's keep that somewhere nearby. As you roll down, maybe hang onto your thighs, chin to the chest, hinge back, and let's really take your time as you roll down onto that mat. So hang on, and as you roll down, it's as if you're giving that spine a little massage as you round down. Beautiful. Once you come on down, soften the shoulders, let them go, and then flop your knees open, right? Reclining butterfly. There we go. There's a little wiggle maybe. Excellent. Draw those knees in. Let's extend your left leg down and out along the mat. And we're going to start with Uttanasana today. So grab a hold of that right leg, that right shin. Hug that right leg into your body and flex both feet. So your energy is reaching out through your heels. You can feel that back maybe press down into the floor. You can feel the front of this left hip flexor lengthening. Make that concerted effort to relax your shoulders. Lovely. Relax those feet, wiggle those ankles. We're going to go ahead and reach down. Maybe you can grab that right foot with your left hand, or you can just grab an ankle. And we're just going to rotate that lower portion of the leg here in towards the body. Of course, we get a little external rotation there through the hip joint. So if you'd like, you can maybe pull that leg in a bit. It's as if we're seated and we are working on that hug or that rock the baby pose. So I'm just pulling this leg in towards the body, a little bit of rotation here into the hip joint. Instead of here, we've opened up a bit. So you can grab this lower leg as much or whatever position feels good to you, right? Hug that leg in. And then release. Untangle it. Scoop those arms out to the side, T position. And then we're just going to place that right foot on the floor for just a moment. My right foot is here. It is next to that left thigh. We're going to pick the right leg up and then see if you can't reach it over across that thigh. So it comes down here onto the left side. And if you can't get the foot all the way to the floor, that is fine. Mostly, I want you to notice this section here of the glute of the hip. So as you reach that leg over, you loosen up the hip a bit, but check in with that glute, check in with that piriformis. Nice. Take a breath and release it. Send that right leg down and down along your mat. Give it a little wiggle. And hug in the left leg. There we have our Uttanasana. flex both feet. Feel this thigh making its way closer towards your chest. Let's go ahead and rotate there through the hip. See if you can't pull that leg in a little. Our nice modified rock the baby. Release it. Bring this left foot to the floor. Place that left foot on the floor for just a moment. Up here, next to this right thigh. And then as you can, pick up that left leg. Reach those left toes to the other side of that left thigh, that right thigh. And those toes can maybe touch the floor or just reach in that general direction. But I want you to really stick it on the floor because I want to make sure that your shoulders and your hips are still relaxing, nice and flat against your mat. Good. And then untangle. Untangle those legs. Set both feet on that mat, and then we're just going to scoop your hands here down beside you, palms face down. Let's take one bridge today, one bridge pose. We're going to inhale, peel that spine deliberately off the mat, lift the hips to the sky, and then slowly exhale and roll back down. But let's take a really deep, slow breath. You move at your own pace. Ready? Inhale, breathe in. Tug up that tailbone. You lift up into your best bridge. And as you're ready to exhale, roll down slowly. Good. Once you're at the bottom, soften up that tailbone, relax your glutes. Glutes were engaged up at the top of that bridge, so let's release them. Hug the knees into the chest, cross the ankles, scoop up, diamond pose. Relax downward. Perfect. Rock a little here, side to side. And center it up. Untangle those legs. We're going to set just your left foot on the floor. And we're going to find our through the hole pose. And then we're going to give it a little modification today. So, right ankle to that left quad. Take your hands, reach those hands behind that thigh and pull that left leg inward. So, if you need to here, you can take your strap, your band, thread it behind that left leg, and just hang on to it as you pull inward. The next two variations that we do here, just hang out here if your body says that those variations will not work for you, right? We're going to deepen this stretch a bit. So punching this leg in, softening the shoulders. For our first variation, if you can, slide your hands around to the front of that left shin. So instead of our through the hole pose, this is our eye of the needle pose. Release. I'm going to place my left foot on the floor, slide the right knee over on top of the left. We're going to do that third variation. Just reach your hands behind that left thigh. So those legs hug in. We've just got the knees crossed now. A little different angle. Stretching into your piriformis. And relax. Good. Take that right hand, reach down, grab your big right toe, and we pull out into half of the dead bug pose. So we'll push the sole of the right foot straight up to the sky.
job. Bring it on in, set that right foot on the floor, and let's try the other side. So left ankle, right quad, hands or strap first behind that left thigh. Hug it in. And as we work these stretches here for the lower body, notice your lower body. Most of us are not evenly stretched, right? Not evenly built. So probably one side of your body is a little easier to lengthen and stretch than another. And that's why it's so important for us to try to work out those imbalances and pay attention to those sides that need a little bit more attention. Good. Take a breath. If you can, switch it up to eye of the needle pose. And release it. If you can, push the left knee over on top of the right and send your hands back on around behind that right thigh. Excellent. Breathe here. So that you are ready for that half of a dead bug pose. Reach down, grab that big left toe, out we go. And untangle. Very nice. Back to the center with those feet, those knees are bent. Let's definitely stretch out your hammies, right? So take your strap, your band, let us loosen up that right leg. So loop that band around that right foot, push that right leg to the sky, and flex that foot. Make sure that you're not placing any pressure on this left foot. So pick that left foot up off the mat, lower back, hips connecting to the floor. Float that left foot back down to the mat. Excellent. And today, to open up those hips and take that leg out to the side, let's reach up, take your strap into that right hand. Go ahead and send that left leg down and out along your mat, and then let's let that right leg just float out to the side here. Still push out through that heel. And we will release that right leg, wiggle, wiggle, and bend. Right foot bends, right knee bends, right foot on the floor, left leg, up we go, hammy stretch. Excellent. Take a breath. Reach up, take that strap into that left hand. Let's go ahead and slide today, sliding first that right leg down and out along the mat, and then that left leg opens. melting into it a little further perhaps. And releasing. Releasing that leg, wiggling out both. Let's take a nice long stretch. So send those arms here over your head, send those fingertips in one direction, send those toes in the opposite. And let's take a breath. Inhale, reach out. As you exhale, scoop up the arms and scoop up the right leg. So maybe you can grab it, maybe it needs to bend. That is A-okay. And reach out again. Inhale to reach and exhale to lift. Take a few more. Inhale, extend, exhale to lift. When all those body parts land on that mat again, go ahead and gently scoop those arms on around beside you. We'll go ahead and bend a knee. Reach behind it, the thigh that is, and come on up to the top. Excellent. So we'll extend both legs forward here, and again, rock on those hips. They're feeling just a little bit more loose, and as we fold forward today, let's take the right leg and stack it on top of the left. So let's notice here. So this is going to soften up that space here, those hammies, and let's notice where you feel this. So take a breath, inhale, scoop, and exhale, fold. Go ahead and take your time, scoop, and lift yourselves back up to the top. Take another breath, inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold it forward. Scoop and lift. One more time, feel that stretch, maybe into your glutes, into your lower back. Take 3 of these here. And up. Nice. Let's swap out legs. So take that left leg, bring it up on top. Make sure your legs, your knees are nice and easy. We'll take 3 breaths. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Scooping round as you inhale and recenter. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, reach. Inhale, scoop. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Lifting yourself back up to the top. Wiggle out both legs and soften up those hips. Gently here, flip it over, hands and knees. Nice. So here's our nice hands and knees position. So really ground your hands here into the floor. Lift up, lifting up with your ears. I don't want you to lift your head, but let's just go ahead and push those palms down into the mat as you lift up here, nice and long through that body. Right? Excellent. So without moving and shifting side to side, feel your nice steady center, and let's just float that right hand back. Try not to wobble or wiggle, but float it back. And float it down. The rest of you is just as steady as can be. Float the left hand back. And down we go. Both hands down on that mat, steady and balanced. And as right leg. Float it back. Not shifting or moving, just that right leg. Just bring it on down. Float the left leg back. And down. Let's combine that. So we're going to float the left arm and the right leg out together. You might want to bring your knees a little bit closer together. And let's see if we can't do this without shifting or wiggling. So left arm, right leg. Inhale. And exhale. Opposite side. Inhale. And exhale. Take a few more. Inhale to reach out. And exhale to float it down. So try not to wobble or shift. You move at your own pace. And steady, back down to that mat. Round yourself up, cat stretch. Flatten it out. And one more time, scoop it up, cat stretch. And flatten it out. Nice, tuck up your toes in the back, press up, down dog. Hold that down dog, make sure that you're breathing. Nice. Take that right leg, lift that right leg up to the sky. And then once you lift it up, let's just bend the right knee. Right heel drops back towards that left glute. If you like, you can just open up that hip a bit, right? A little rotation there. And bring yourself back to down dog. Same thing, left side, up we go. Left leg goes up, up, up. Bend the left knee, left heel reaches back for that right glute, and if you would like, rotate those hips a little bit. Bring them forward as if we were doing a nice triangle pose. Good, come on back to the center. Set that left foot down. Walk those hands back towards those feet, and then scoop, round and roll, up to the top. Head comes up last, and shoulders take a breath or two. All right, here we go. So settle yourselves here, nice and steady, arms down beside you. So there's our Tadasana. Just let those arms relax down. You don't have to open up into an anatomically correct position, but we just want to focus here on the softness of the upper body. And closing our eyes, let's check in with those hips, with those glutes. Really relaxing them. Take a breath. And slowly let it out. Open your eyes as you're ready and float your hands to your heart at Namaste. So we're going to work the hips a bit more, but we're also going to focus on balance. So we're just going to move this right leg in the hip socket. I'm going to bring it forward as if I were coming up into stork and just open it out to the side. So bring it on down to that mat. You can set it there or we'll take a few. So just a little rotation. Inhale up and exhale open. Take a couple. Work balance here. And again, we are working that range of movement.
When you're ready, cross that right leg over in front of the left. We'll take a swan dive in this position. So inhale up, exhale, fold forward, bring it on down. Inhale, up and lift, reach, and exhale. Hands to the heart, namaste. Untangle those legs. A little wiggle here maybe. Okay. So let's work the other side. Rolling that hip around in that hip socket. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. So you find your balance. You work that hip. Creaking and popping. That is a-okay. Take that left foot here over the right, big swan dive. Inhale up, exhale, fold forward, down we go. Inhale, scoop and lift. Up, 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 and exhale, down. Very nice. Untangle those legs. Let's go ahead and step those legs out to a nice wide toes out, knees out position. We're gonna float down into horse. So hands come together at the heart. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, sink down, right? Knees are going over toes. If you need to look down at those guys to make sure, please do. But here we are, shoulders are back. Just a nice little position here. Breathing. Lift the right heel. Set it down. Lift the left heel. Set it down. Lift both heels. And down. And up we go. Nice. We'll do that one more time. So check your alignment here. Shoulders over those hips. And as we send those knees over the toes, we're working that nice external rotation. So inhale, breathe in. And sink it down into horse stance. And right heel. And down. Left heel. And down. Both heels. And down. Pressing yourself up to the top. Let's go ahead and maybe duck walk those feet in. Bring those guys in underneath you. And we're gonna go ahead and roll down into a forward fold. So relax those arms, chin to the chest, roll yourself down, hands to the mat, or hands maybe up on some blocks, or something that you've got around you, yes. Soften that neck, look behind you. Maybe wiggle it out a little. We're gonna push this right leg to the back. So if you need to bring your hands a little bit forward, please do. Soften the left knee, but let's push the right leg back behind you. You wanna try to bring that right leg back so that it's parallel to the floor and ceiling. Send your energy through. And if you are feeling fancy, bend the right knee so it comes back towards that glute, just like we did earlier. If you were feeling super fancy, reach up with your left hand and grab that right foot. Good, left hand down, right heel out, lower down. Excellent. Other side, breathe in. Breathe out. Left leg. Float it back. Send that energy out through that left heel. Hang out here. And if you are feeling all kinds of fancy, bend that left knee. Reach back with that right hand. Grab that foot. Right hand down, left leg back, and lower it down to the floor.
so that you can go ahead and step into down dog. There's our down dog. Come forward into plank, our push-up position. Lifty, lifty, down dog. Come forward into plank. Press to down dog. One more time. Plank. And down dog. Nice. Knees to the mat. Release your toes. Go ahead and set it back into Balasana. Once you come back into Balasana, hang out here, really wiggle into it, stretch into it. And we'll come on up, hands and knees. Very nice. Have a seat on your hind parts, and let's go ahead and do one more stretch for those glutes. So many choices here. You can find cross-legged position. You can find fire log. I've got my legs stacked on top of each other. Put one leg up on top, or you might even just need a nice little butterfly. We're gonna do 2 of these. So you find what position works for you. You can even do that hero pose that we did earlier if you so choose. So whatever you are doing, whatever position you're in, let's just drop your nose downward. Scoop yourself up. If your legs were in a cross-legged position of any sort, let's go ahead and switch those guys up. If you were in a butterfly, you're just going to round back down into it. Here we go. And excellent. Up to the top. Untangle your legs. And then gently here, roll down onto your mat, onto your back, and give yourself a little side to side rock. A little rock. And then a gentle twist. Arms to the side, T position. Both knees flop right. And both knees flop left. To the center, set those feet on the mat, slide your legs down and out along the floor, and take a moment to wiggle yourselves into a comfortable position for our remaining time. So I'm gonna put on my little sweater here, right? But you wiggle down into your space, pillows, blankies, sweatshirts, whatever you need in order to be comfortable in your space, right? So relaxing here. Let's just close your eyes. And one more time, check in with your glutes especially. Working and thinking about that particular area of the body tonight. So check in with your glutes, right? Are your hips, are your glutes, are they feeling even? Are they feeling flat? Maybe a little bit more open through the hip joint? So check in with that portion of your body. Take a breath. And let's go ahead and soften that region, right? Let it go. Let it melt down into the mat. Soften it up. Under that part of the body, that region of the body is feeling a little bit more loose, hopefully. But let's go ahead and breathe into the entire body today, so that every time you exhale, you can melt everything down into your mat. We'll take 3 of these. So go ahead, take in a deep breath.
But I want you to feel that that breath comes into the feet, so breath inward. And as you exhale, we soften up the feet and move that sense of relaxation like a wave up the body, all the way up into the shoulders, and then down and out the length of both arms. We'll do that twice more. Inhale into your toes. Exhale, soften the body. Use that breath, moving it up and out. We'll do that one more time. Breathe into the toes, to the feet. Exhale, breath moves up and out, taking all tension, all tightness away. So that as you then breathe gently and evenly, just feel that body soften, relax into the floor. Take a note of the body as it breathes. So let's feel that chest rise. And let's feel that chest fall. Feel the rhythm of your breath. And then from the breath, let's come inward to the mind. Let's just find that place of silence, that place of quiet, that place where you're always safe and warm, gentle, serene, and silent. Let's hover in this space and enjoy a few moments. Slowly and gently, let's bring your awareness back here to the room and back into your space. Find that space where your breath is, and let's reestablish that breath. So deep, full breath in, expanding that chest, and then exhaling, pressing all of that breath from the body before you begin that next breath. So complete and full breath in. Complete and full breath out. Still breathing. Let's go ahead and just maybe start to slowly wiggle your fingers and toes a little. Like to slowly stretch out and roll over onto your side for a wee little bit. And then slowly, let's make your way up into a nice seated position. Hands to your knees or to your lap. We'll close your eyes and come inward for a final moment of quiet, thinking about your own uplifting idea, thought, prayer, or just a moment of silence. universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Shanti means peace. Om Shanti to you. Thank you guys so much for being here this evening. Om Shanti. Namaste. I cannot wait to see you all in person, hopefully tomorrow at the Y at 6 o'clock. Get your reservation and make sure that you are ready to go with your mat and your band. I will see you then, hopefully. Of course, in the meantime, hydrate, get your vitamin D, and as always, wash your little paws. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Namaste. Hi guys, I'm Jennifer, and this is Montag and Cheddar, and we are all here to remind you to continue to wash your paws. We are headed in towards phase 3 here in Virginia on July 1st, but everybody still needs to be conscious of washing those paws. So thanks for stretching with me today, and we will all see you very soon. Take care.